very special guest in the building. You see how we did the rollout, man. You know, that's how you do when you come to the studio.
I appreciate it too, man. Good food, everything. I felt like I was going to the Rachel Ray joint.
50 Cent, what's up, man?
Everything's good, man. I can't complain. I'm out here ATL, moving around. I mean, it's supposed to be the hair show thing is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be a big weekend.
You got something to do with that?
Well, you know, I'm not selling hair, but I'm gonna be at the spot. I'm gonna be at the spot because they bring everybody out to the festivities.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And if they develop some new type of synthetic weave, this the right thing for her to have, I'm gonna make sure she got it.
Right? That'd be a good business. Right. Yeah.
I see you got good hair. You ain't got that problem.
No, I don't.
Right.
Oh man, Effin, you on the tour, right?
We're on the move, man. Effin, if they a lot of people for the spirits business, we've grown 3 times the size of the company.
Yeah.
In was it 5 months?
Okay.
Period. And
crazy.
It's a problem, man. You know it's a problem. Puffy and the Panicking. That green apple Ciroc wasn't supposed to come out till February. It was scheduled for February, but it came out last year. And you know it came out because they feel the pressure.
Oh shit. So listen, man. You got the tour popping.
Yeah.
So what you doing in the city? Is that?
Well, I just shot my last piece for Power.
Okay.
You know, this week I rap so I can come out and move around a little more.
All right. So season 3.
Yeah.
On deck.
I'm ready for it. And then Amari Hardwick, man, I feel like I got my finger on the pulse of what's going on. You know what I mean? Because he was like at a point where he could have done. He had options.
Okay.
Several different things in front of him that he could have went and done. And I went and
You didn't lock him in? You had to
get on the phone with him.
Okay, all right.
To get him to, I'm like, nah, you got to do this. This is it right here. I'm telling you. And I was sitting there, I'm selling the idea to him, and he's like, all right. Then he went through this process after he took the gig, like you said, like table reads, you know, and the cast is sitting there and they read it. And he was intentionally, like he was reading it, but internalizing it, so he wasn't saying it, he wasn't performing it.
Uh-huh.
You know, and it was like, I like the guy, but I'm not sure he's the guy. You know, for the show. And I was like, I tell him. I keep it transparent, especially when I've got you to go out on the ledge for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, they saying you ain't the guy. You gotta be the guy. You gotta be you. No more than the couch, boy. You gotta show up for us. And then it just got him pumped up, and he delivered. You know what I mean? So for the ghost character in the Power show is
ain't no secrets you can give away.
Yeah, it's right there. Oh, I can't get no spoilers. Can't get no spoilers. But I you know what? I think the project overall is like, because it's the highest rated original series on the Starz Network, but the numbers are surpassing the other networks.
Okay.
Premium cable. You know what I'm saying? Like so I'm getting a chance to, you know, move to an area where it has to be recognized, opposed to them deciding to. Like Fox spends so much money on the publicity of Empire that the targeted audience that we actually got with Power, it was like the first time they seen someone hit the bullseye, so they kind of took some of the marketing. They used similar.
Is that where all the darts come from? Is it?
Yeah. That's how it started. They took some of the marketing, but these are their marketing people, not the talent.
Not the talent.
Right.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And then when that happens, I go, okay, I don't pass on the opportunity of attaching myself to the marketing dollars that's getting ready to be spent by Fox.
Okay.
So I make the competition between Power and Empire. They're not even on at the same time.
Yeah.
You right.
You know what I'm saying? And then our culture leans towards Power over Empire because we're becoming more graphic as we go.
Yeah.
Like you look R&B, you used to require buttons to be an R&B artist. You know what I'm saying? Now they saying these hoes ain't loyal.
They ain't not loyal.
I'm fucking you tonight. You know, let me f you back to sleep, girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this type of the shit is kind of ill. Like the way our music is kind of merging.
Yeah.
Hip hop and R&B music is.
Yeah.
You know, like it's kind of there's a place for it. That's like there usually was one slot on each album for it. It was 21 Questions or Get Rich or Die Trying. It was you know, like I'm fucking you tonight on Biggie shit.
Yeah.
Where he died, and it's a little broader because you can't hate it. Like I actually like it because if you didn't live a lifestyle, I can't ask you to portray that, but you could still have or be more advanced in perspective with how you felt during your relationship. And then picking pieces of those things to write about it gives him everything in the world, to write about. How you don't like that? I don't like the guy that's saying something that he don't come from, don't live that. You know what I mean? But
so, what about Rotimi? What kind of advice do you give him when it comes to writing?
He's on his way. Like with Lotto, the Lotto record is cool for the very first start. Like the intro, it did a lot more than I expected it because I didn't look at it as his first single. I looked at it like a first effort, and his role in the show Power has increased so much that I think that by the time they get a chance to see the two of those things happening at one time, that it'll change how they perceive him as an artist, because he's like went from someone that was like guest appearing almost to a series regular. So he's in almost every episode.
More with 50 Cent coming up, man. 888 Shade 45. Let's get into this music. 888 Shade 45. 50 Cent is in the building. Effing DJs.
Oh yeah,
DJ Drum. I see you making a whole wave with that.
See what I'm doing is I'm not picking just everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's a mistake that Puffy made. Because he just picked everybody, and then he thought he was the only game in town.
Yeah.
And then when you do that, you start to become complacent, and you don't do everything you're supposed to do for everybody involved.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And I say if you pick the right people and then be able to implement different things that you have, because you know how many deals, the deal just wasn't good enough for me is phenomenal for them. You see what I'm saying? So when I say, you know what, I'm not gonna do that, because they usually come to me from a marketing or promotional perspective, different things. I say, you know what, well, I can do this, where you could put that money that you was just talking about right here, and we could put it in, create the regional campaign with the same. When you say effing DJs, it's the marketing crew.
Yeah.
I can put this budget right here, and we can turn your shit into something special.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When they see how it's so effective with this, then they ready to do everything else. And it's not the only thing. Like, you got to have a good product first.
Yeah.
Right.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And when that's right, then people will try it just because of those different things. Like when I said, I put Power in competition with Empire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I put effing in competition. That's
the strategy.
Yeah, it's not to create a beef or a battle, but it does make people aware.
It does. It brings awareness
to it. You know, they go and they look and they see what. When you look at the Ciroc bottle and you go, 50 don't like that.
Yeah.
He said no puffy juice. When you look at the album bottle, oh, that stuff F said is the cool stuff.
And you was doing that with the music too. If that's where it came from.
Yeah, well,
the whole boxing mentality you always talk about.
And whenever you're targeting our culture.
Yeah. Like you and Kanye.
Right. Like when that was completely marketing. I just went to his fashion show.
Yeah. Did you like the clothes season 3?
I really enjoyed the music.
Okay. That's what my next question was. You like his
focus
album?
Focus on the positive. My mother told me focus on the positive. That's right. When you do, it was really good. Like, it was interesting. Like the way it set up. You saw the guard. That many people there. You know what I mean? It got to be some sort of action. Somebody gonna want it.
Yeah, somebody is.
How do you feel about Kanye's marketing right now? Like, it seems like his marketing plan is rants and antics, and
that's not it. It's just he's emotional right now. It's just this shit, it boils over. It's not marketing. It's just how long before you get frustrated at different things.
Yeah,
you know. And then it's also, you can look at it and say, this is what he does to get our attention. This is all people take note of, because when he's doing it and it doesn't seem like a rant, like when he's just saying it, don't nobody hear it. You know what I mean? So it's not until you're frustrated that they see him, and then he say some wild shit then, because he add to it like it's on 10 then. So it's like, I'm the greatest artist ever. And it's like, I mean, it's something that they grew. Even the award shows and different things, they should also take credit for the production of Kanye West. They produced that. You know what I mean? At the time, they were so afraid of the gangster energy that they wanted that. Now, when that spins out of control, keep it. Don't try to act like you don't want it. You keep that.
Where you think hip hop's going right now?
I like it. I see artists having the ability to be artists.
Okay.
Because they're meeting the audience before they meet the record companies. You know what I mean? Like, I got a chance to this kid. I think he signed with Kanye in them.
Panda. Desiigner. Yeah.
I'm not sure he's going to be able to make another record.
True.
Because he's only recorded 2 songs. But the one that he did reminded me of Future. Now, how good is that? See, this is what I'm saying to you.
What's your take on that, though?
Look, because I don't personalize it because it's not me.
Yeah.
If Future told me he was uncomfortable with it, maybe I would be like, nah, yeah, you did kind of bite that. That style. Like, but when he doesn't say that, because like for me, I've had artists that reminded me of me, like Troy Avenue. And when it came, I was like this. I didn't say nothing the whole time that he was talking because I want to see who he is.
Yeah.
And then when you see that he's consistent, the things that he's saying and doing, then it's like, nah, I kind of like it because I want the style to survive. You know what I mean? So when I don't have the energy to continue to do it for no reason, and there's someone there to do it for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, it'll be there and within our culture. Because at the end of the day, you look at it and you go, some things you're not supposed to, you shouldn't address it. Like, you shouldn't even make mention of it. You know what I mean? I get artists that come out of the woodworks. I don't even know them. Like, never met you. I don't even know your song. Like, I don't even know what song you sing. Like, who are you? Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, and they'll say something, and I'm like, I ain't got nothing for that one. Because I don't even know where it come from.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. What's up with G Unit?
I'm good. Like, everybody's good. Like, the last thing we did was together was I had them come out with Post Malone.
Oh yeah, I saw that. We saw that. Yeah.
I did that, and then before that, we did 2 little shows in the city. It was Hot 97 and Power 105.
Yeah.
Separate show, BB King's, and then the Highland Ballroom performances there.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just for me to get back on stage.
Yeah.
So I was like, I do the promotional shows so I can kind of get back to that. Like, I'm just rapping the television series and stuff.
Yeah.
I got another TV show on A&E. It's I don't want to call it a variety show because it's not like what you would see in the past. It got a different format to it, but Think and Live in Color, just 2016.
Okay.
You know, so I got some real talent connected to it that'll be there to perform and do different things, and then it's a place for live music on television.
Okay.
You know.
More with 50 Cent coming up, man. 888 Shay 45. Let's get into this music. Can it? Ace, let's get it.
Y'all not ready for this shit right? It's the #1 show in the world.
Shay 45 back with 50 Cent. So, recently on Instagram, one of your members, G Unit, took a picture with one of your former members of G Unit.
Yeah.
Banks and Game.
I felt, I go, because he called me. I had the photograph.
Yeah.
Right, and I listened to him, I heard everything he said. I was like, oh, yeah, cool. Okay, I don't have passion for the situation. I don't wake up, with those intentions. I'm doing other shit. You know what I mean? So when you look at it and you go, when you see people say, I wonder how 50 feels about this, right? And I go, well, I don't think it matters as much how I feel about it. Like, well, Mac is dead. How does Mac feel about it? You understand? And process, it's not Game's doing. He's not that. Far from that. But in association, it turns into someone moving that's been on the other side with Jimmy Henchman. You see what I'm saying? It's not East Coast, West Coast. It's East Coast, East Coast.
East Coast.
You know what I mean? And it turns into something else. And then in those situations, you look and you go, I'm not all right with someone playing with someone's kid. To be honest with you, I just spanked, what's the name for that? Playing around with my little boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think but if I go somewhere with you and we together, I don't care if you're wrong. I'm still with you.
Still with you.
That's real.
I tell you you're wrong when we get to the house after the shit is over.
Later on, I'm going to tell you.
Man, what the fuck did you just do? But right now, while we here, I dare you, nigga. Go ahead. Go ahead, nigga. You think you ready? Go ahead. And then be like, man, you must have had too much to drink, eh? What the fuck you was doing? You want to see what you was doing?
Ace.
But that's that whole piece. That piece while we out, it's cool. So with that situation, it was like, It was real interesting because the car got hit. This is people don't know the Bentley got shot up, right? So this is for the mixtape award. Okay. They don't know because I told them park the car. Don't take the car nowhere where they see the car or know what's going on. I come back, I look at the car, I go, nah, nigga was trying to make a move. He just missed because it was at your head level, but it was over here. It just went to the middle of the car instead of going through the window and shit. And he had the seat laid back and everything. So Mac was passionate about it. Then, you know, all them, they doing the regular when I see them. Wait till what happened. And the first thing they ran into, it didn't look like a kid. It just looked like somebody to address. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then it turns into something else. And then Jimmy's a rat, so he did all kind of shit. Like, don't take my word for it. Check it. They'll tell you it's all over the place, man. You got them all sitting up there like.
50 Cent in the building. Recently, Who Kid posted the what was that? The WWF with the Drake and the
Yeah. That was funny.
Had Meek taking the L.
I know you saw Meek's response.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, he's really not that bright. That kid is not that bright. Look, if you say like the easiest thing you could do is bring other people into the statements that you're saying, right? While you write music. Not for them to be involved, but just to mention them. And like when he mentioned the AR app, from Drake's perspective, it turned into the kid being on stage saying "fuck AR app," and I didn't understand it when he did that. I was like, it's a special kind of stupid going on over here because now you just took something that completely was non-threatening,
turned it all the way around.
Went with Drake and this one and turned it into something that could potentially turn into you bumping in Philly.
It's true.
You see what I'm saying? And then I was like, well, maybe you know something I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and from there, but he does that instinctively. He watches anyone that goes next to the person that he has that passion for, and he attacks that person. You see him say some shit about Future. It's because they collaborated on the album together, so if you with him, then you against me. He say something. These are the least. You have the least opportunity to beat these guys with the momentum they have at this point. You feel what I'm saying? Like the Future thing, Drake, the same thing to me. Future's just more hood to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I like this shit. Like, you hear it playing in the strip club, the shit, that energy that's there. I think he got to stop putting so much out because he clouding me. I'm still liking the first tape. I'm still playing that, and he dumped so much more on me that I'm going, let me finish this one. Because I ain't getting a chance to get to everything that was there. And it's just, but when you're that talented, I have it. I didn't give it to them. It's in the computer. Because it does my ideas for that time period, for that point. You know, you got to continue to work as often as he's working and make it as rapidly, but you can't put it out there. Because the kids that were saying he's hands down the guy, they're saying, yeah, he got a couple joints on the newest one. What you mean a couple? He the one right now. Now they said it's a couple on the newest one because they're clouded from, they're comparing it to that one. And saying there's a couple. When the whole time, when I listen to the tape, I'm like, nah, this is fire. Like, what you mean it was a couple? They do the same thing to Wayne. They do the same thing to everybody who has consistency in our culture. It's just, if you put 3 albums out in a 2-3 month time period, they're going to look and go, yeah, nah, it was some fire on there. They ain't going to agree with everything. You know what I mean? But you had the moment to say that it was there, so you just can't, you got to figure out how to manage that. Yeah. And to go back. Yeah. He can shoot them joints. Yeah. He didn't finish shooting the ones that I want off the first take. I didn't see him do those. You know what I'm saying? Like those joints come out and there will be a bigger reaction when you go to perform them because they're sitting there at the computer watching it over and over, just giving it the right image. You know what I mean? I know they know, like, they're paying attention to how to develop the right presentations for visuals because they start to use, like, my director, like Eve Rivera. Okay. Like, I worked with Eve by himself. Nobody he was working with. Developed him and then moved him so he can not have him under those circumstances where he feel like you a traitor if you go shoot everybody else. You know, like, go ahead, go do that. Go, what do you got? You got a hit, go do it. I don't care who it is. You know, if the record is good, it's going to be good for you as a director. You know, and especially if you have real good ideas for it. You know, so you don't ever want to be the weight on the bird's foot. If you got something, someone has a talent or ability to do something, you want to see them be as big as possible while they're around you. Because then when they hold you in high regards, that's where your legacy comes from. That's how people look at you and go, nah, he's different. Like, I want to work with him because I seen people take off to the point that they like, you can't really contest their body of work. You know what I mean? And then they'll look at it like the goal was to be a great video director, and his goal is to be a great director way past music videos. So when he's getting commercial opportunities and doing, soon I have him doing television. So I'll be doing an episode of Power before they looked up.
More with 50 Cent coming up, man. 888-SHADE-45. Let's get into this music. Cannon, Ace, let's get it.
It's the #1 show in the world. Streets is watching Shade 45.
888-SHADE-45, back with 50 Cent. What's your take on the movies? Like, you had your movie, M had his movie, Straight Outta Compton. Now they shooting a pop movie.
Yeah, that's good. I think the Tupac movie, because a lot of the kids, you know, when I say our culture, pop culture in general, but hip hop culture is so broad now.
Yeah.
It's so popular that it's that.
Yeah.
Now you say when the youth, like, let's say you was 8 when Get Rich or Die Trying came out. Now you full grown, full blown. You in the joint partying right now, but it's like the guys that are just like Future's the shit to them, or like the newest artists, the first time they really falling in love with hip hop and music culture at this point. They going, who? Those stories is like so far back that they don't know what they are. That's why they're making good movies for them. Like NWA turned that was vintage. That was history.
Yeah.
Like it's when music started to go other ways, and they know that they could sell it without mainstream content.
How you compare Get Rich or Die Trying to the movies coming out now? Because it's crazy when you think about it. Like, you actually was kind of ahead of your time with it. Now you think about it.
You know what it was? I had a team around me that was an advanced thing. They did 8 Mile. See, I did. This is what I learned from that experience. When I did Get Rich or Die Trying, the team around me, I had every bell and whistle that I wanted. Spent $36 million on the movie. They got me Jim Sheridan from Dublin, from My Left Foot, from Brothers, from all them stuff. They got me Terry Winters. He wrote The Sopranos. He wrote all kind of, you know, they got me the right writer.
Put everything in place.
Yeah, like these guys are your usual suspects. You know what I'm saying? Quincy Jones to do the score for me. Then I got, like the soundtrack sold 3 million records. Like my soundtrack, they of course I was already crossed off the trophy list. Like, don't put no trophies there because our kids will fuck around and want to be 50 Cent. You understand? Like, so I didn't get the same year that I sold 3 million records on Get Rich or Die Trying as a soundtrack. Hard Out Here for a Pimp won the Grammy.
That was the same year?
Yeah, but they didn't sell no records.
That's crazy.
But the song won.
That was 05?
The original title for Get Rich or Die Trying for my film was Hustler's Ambition. But my co-star Terrence Howard had Hustle and Flow on the way, so I changed it up. You know, based on that.
That's crazy. That's your co-star, and now y'all slightly competition.
Listen, when you see, look, you gotta check my Instagram, man. He hugged on me when he see me. He said, "Man, look, boy, I didn't know you was gonna do all of this, man." You know what I'm saying? We go back from that, even from that period. Like, he wasn't at the point he's at in his career now, where he can, you know, actually be the lead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Taraji done turned into the lead as far as the public is concerned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Terrence got to do something about this shit.
How do you feel about Kendrick Lamar's performance at the Grammys and like Beyonce's performance at the Super Bowl?
I saw the Super Bowl. was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the sexiest thing we're gonna see. Mm-hmm. They had the two other guys there wasn't exciting for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was because there was just two other guys.
Right.
Just wasn't popping for me like that. You know, and then I thought it was cool. Like they didn't really follow in what's trending the hardest. They ain't using the Billboard award setup that allows us to see what people are actually going after and putting that there for it to be the most exciting thing. They're going after who's positioned themselves the right way, and you can buy them slots. You know what I'm saying? It depends on who really want to pay for.
That's true.
Yeah.
50 Cent, you've been doing the TV thing heavy, and are you getting back into the movies or?
Yeah. I did 2 last year. I was in Spy and I did Southpaw.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. But on the actor side, you know, you've been producing and EPing movies and stuff like that.
I do. Look, even in like I play the Kanye character, recurring character there, because I think the more that you become comfortable with a portion of things, like I'm in front of so many cameras. You got me right there. You know? And you're talking in front of so many people that you get so comfortable with that part, then there's the point that for me, like a lot of people got a chance to see me grow as an acting talent in the actual projects that I had, because I had different coaches at different periods. I got a chance to learn on film. Because I raised the money, I was able to know when the picture's going to start, when the pictures start, because Hollywood is hurry up and wait. Hurry up, and now that you're good enough, wait for some shit to happen that can put you in a position where people can see how good you actually got. You know, and because I had the money raised to make the films, I was able to schedule when that was going to happen so it didn't compromise my music and different things that I had going. So now, you know, I definitely get something going on in the futures.
Yeah. After Power, you said you got the comedy series.
Yeah, on A&E.
Yeah.
Like that live show. And then I had another television show on Fox. It's called My Friend 50.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so you know how they say, if you can't beat them, join it. That's not what happened. What happened was, you know, they can see, you know, how much energy and how much you can, you know, people are tuned in to what you're saying. I speak English. Sometimes people talk and they say some shit, you don't know exactly what they were saying to you.
Yeah.
And you go, man, like, I look, at the end of my career, I like people to look at me and say he's a symbol of hope.
Yeah.
Because it's from the bottom.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And you see what happens when you acquire new information and you actually execute it. It's the difference between the people that are A students in their class. They don't internalize information. They retain it long enough to pass the midterm.
Get through.
You feel what I'm saying? And I don't have time to I don't go across shit. If you say it to me, you throw it across, I'll go, say that again? All right, I got it. You see what I'm saying? And then later, I'll be able to utilize that. So they see me be able to pick things up fast enough to continue success. But when we pray for success, this is the biggest jewel. When we pray for success, we don't pray for envy. We don't pray for jealousy. We don't pray for entitlement. And if you have enough success, those things are going to move people around you away from you.
Jules of 50 Cent.
Right.
Yeah. Got deep real quick.
I know. More with 50 Cent coming up, man. 888 Shade 45. Let's get into this music. Cannon, Ace, let's get it.
It's the best show on radio, right here on Shade 45.
888 Shade 45, back with 50 Cent. Oh man, next mogul moves. What's 50 Cent next mogul moves? A TV thing. Where are we gonna see 50 in the next 5 years?
More of what I want to go back to 50 Cent. Look, let me tell you something. There's nothing. Don't nothing feel like when the music is right.
Exactly.
For me, like I'm look, Innocent is just definitely not about the money. I don't care. You see me put the Kanye tape out for free, right? And then just to do Reloaded. You know what I mean? Like it's saying that I'm sitting there listening. I came to Atlanta. And I got the right guys in the room. For me, there's no. You talk about you special because you rap, boy. How many records you sold? And 40 million records, boy. I know how to do it. Everything they gonna ask me to do after the record is right, I got it. You know what I mean? And you hungry, but I'm persistent. You know what I mean? And I look at it and I say, because it takes discipline to do it, to continue to do it. There's a significance in someone who can stay in our culture because it's out with the old, in with the new.
Mm-hmm.
Youth driven, and you see a guy come, he got one hit, he cool, got a record come out, cool, for a little bit, doing the shows, next thing you know, he disappeared. What happened to him?
Gone.
You know what I'm saying? So if you see somebody stick around, it shows you that they know a little more. And then their actual regimen of things that they're doing is keeping them in it.
Yeah.
And I like, overall, when I look at what's going on within our culture, I need a new energy. I gotta take a step back and appreciate it from a fan's perspective for a little bit. You never really see artists that are actively involved say the things that you heard me say about Future tonight, or say the things that I say about Drake's Momentum or different artists. I've been through that, and what happens is your voice gets so familiar that it's a hit because it's the voice and it's that person. And they hear it and they hear it and they hear it, and then you know what they say? No matter how good what you said was, they say, it's cool, but it's not like when you was at this point.
Wasn't like before.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Wayne, like when Wayne put his mixtape out, that last tape, I listened to it, I was like, it was one joint on there, I said, God damn, boy, what the fuck was he thinking? Like, he was high on the best shit. he said some shit on that record. I said, damn, that nigga said some shit on there. I was like, yo. And they didn't respond to it.
They didn't get it.
They didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? And it's because they're just turning off at the present moment. He got to work his way through those clouds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're not hearing it right away the way they would hear everything else. They're going, oh yeah, but it's not like the Carter. Same thing they did to me with Get Rich or Die Trying. Usually, if an artist has an album that they feel like it's a classic, you don't get a second chance at the first impression. You know what I'm saying? That first one to go off, you become the song. That's the difference between music artists and actors. See, an actor can have a hit, boom, string of hits. And the reason why people don't run behind his car, they don't run behind their car the same way they would chase a star artist, is because you become the song.
You become it.
So music culture, you are as cool as the record that you made, the record that you said, so you can consecutively do it. You cool as a motherfucker.
Cool as shit.
So you worth running behind the car for. The actor, he does some real shit that you love, like you love the character, and then he's on the couch and he says some real sophisticated Romeo and Juliet type of shit. He's all in a whole nother creative space where he offers such a complex character, such a complex personality that you look and you go, okay, so you really ain't the nigga that I liked in that movie. You are, wait, I don't know what the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't know what's going on with you, and they have to continue to give you that in order for you to continue to appreciate what they're able to do on film. Because if you identify with who they are. Look, Ice Cube spent his whole career like this. His whole career with an ice grill.
Ice grill.
And his hits be like, are we there yet? Because when they see him and he feels approachable.
That's crazy.
And friendly, they go, I really like this guy. You know, people who scare people, they always get a second career. Because, like, look at Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Now there was a point Mike Tyson said, now you know this shit is getting real.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson had a point that he was like, it's the difference between you holding one of those titles. I used to see them with straps all the time. WBC, IBF, WBA. That shit don't mean nothing like it meant when Mike had the motherfucking belts, because there was a point that he convinced the world that there wasn't a man around this motherfucker that could beat him.
The baddest motherfucker around.
And you look and you say, your mother would look at you and say, you did it? You signed the papers? Okay, baby, come here. Did they pay you? Your mother would ask you in advance, did they pay you? They gave you the money already? I just don't want you to get hurt. That's how niggas was getting knocked out in a minute 30 seconds. Don't you try and stand up. Go down. His mama you didn't know his mother told him. You didn't know his mother told him, if you get hit, don't you force yourself into a situation where you continue to get beat on. Just if you fight, if it's not going the right way, just let it go the way it goes.
That's funny.
More with 50 Cent coming up, man. 888 Shade 45. Let's get into this music. Cannon, Ace.
You're now tuned in to the all new Streets is Watching. DJ Drop, Trendsetter Set, and Don Cannon talking that shit on Shade 45.
888 Shade 45, back with 50 Cent.
But all the projects you're involved in and all the money you're making, you filed bankruptcy recently, and you were talking about being enslaved to your creditors. And then you got a situation like Kanye where he says he's $53 million in debt, but we know he's got paper too. He's drinking champagne, you know. So can you explain how that happens?
When you go, look, there's a difference between filing Chapter 7 and Chapter 11. When you file, it's because you've had lawsuits that come in and people receive judgments that's astronomical. Those amounts, and you look at it and you go, well, let me restructure, because it gives you from the point that you actually filed, it gives you 5 years to do it. So now everyone is on a different schedule. They know you ain't getting paid. They said no one's been paid. Every dime is in the same account that I had it in before you heard anything that happened. So when you do that and you are able to maneuver comfortably into, I ain't gonna tell you how much money I make a year, but it covers the nut.
Right.
You know, so the time period that goes over, if you still hold it, and I pay $1 million a year anyway, legal fees, whether it's anything criminal or not. So when people put themselves in those type of litigations and situations, I don't mind going back and forth through that part. You know, and you'll extend it and make things happen. You see the numbers change. Anyone else, they can explain to you in further detail.
Okay.
You know, but there was a way to resolve that early on, and I presented it, you know, before doing that, and then when they weren't trying to, it's greed, man. You can't control it. You see what I'm saying? And when people get you there, because look, there's things, I've been sued for things repeatedly for that people haven't been sued for. It's because they look at you and say you got deep pockets, so he's the guy worth going after for no reason. In fact, the lawyer's going to go after me for you for free.
That's true. Just because.
Because he's saying, well, at least we can go through the process, and if we get something, I can charge whatever I get you. They're going to take
half.
But even more if they continue to have to go through litigation.
Right.
So in process, the lawyers win in that cycle, and that's how it's set up. Because they were paid for those services over that time period, regardlessly. So they win because you consistently got that, and then everything else should work itself out. There's not. Look, I'm not uncomfortable at all.
Man, 50 Cent, man. Busy man, I know you got the tours, everything, man. Appreciate your time for definitely coming through. We could do this all night.
All night.
This is good. We could just keep kicking it. Especially when you said that. She waited and dropped that little bomb in there.
You seen that? You seen that strategy?
Sis was ready. He was shooting him off, and I was like, I'm just going to be patient.
Have you said, look, I don't never say what I'm thinking. Not just blurt what you're thinking. You kind of got to restrain yourself, especially when it's publicly. Like Manny said some shit recently
about
himself.
Nike kicked him off. You saw that?
And now look, the way you look at that, look at what he said, what he posted afterwards, because he's posted where it's in the Bible, and it says the things that he's saying. You understand the perspective and actual conversation. But is it something you would like to put out as a statement publicly?
No.
You know, we live in non-traditional times. So if I feel like I want to live with 3 women, why not? Solomon had many wives. Right? You should be able to have what you can handle. I mean, they do require maintenance, right, women?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Mental, physical.
We return everything too, though. It's worth it.
Yeah, but it's maintenance.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta be able to have enough of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody, you get exhausted. You go, hold on, no. Look, I don't need 3. I don't need 3. I feel like I got 3 headaches at once.
Right.
Man, appreciate you for coming through the jewels, man. For real.
It's all good.
Much blessings on the effing power. all the big ventures, movies, all that good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Who you voting for president?
I don't know. I think it's scary that Donald Trump is in the league.
It's
really in contention.
Yeah, I mean, that idea Kanye came up with for going for president, I don't know. He ain't got no criminal background.
Right.
He actually followed the messaging points and say it, and then people will look around and go, "No, I didn't think you would say that like that, but that made a lot of sense, Kanye." You know, I mean, I think the edge that Trump has is that people know that he's not going to owe people for supporting him during the campaign. You know, he already won. If he didn't intend on actually being president, what has running for president done for Donald Trump? I'm sure we'll buy the book. I'll have it. They'll buy the books. They'll buy everything that they would have bought from the president.
Great publicity stuff.
From Donald Trump, you know what I mean? So it's like, it all works. You know, even if you lose in front of you, look how far and how many things. I saw something, I was in the gym and I saw a picture of the Pope and Donald Trump. And it said, the Pope said he's not Christian if he said these things. The things that he said. I
saw that, yeah.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Man, 50 Cent.
I don't know what I am. Because of the shit I had to say for hip-hop culture, I have no idea what I am.
50 Cent in the building, man. Shout out Drum, Cannon, Trendsetter, Sarah, Ace, B-High, G-Unit, Effin', Power, all that good stuff. We up out, man. Love.